Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for coming back to my channel. The Rideshare Hub is a place for Uber and Lyft drivers to learn how to make more money. So in today's video, I'm going to break down my income on exactly how I make over $100,000 per year driving for Lyft part-time. And I know what you're thinking, come on Dylan, there's no way you can make that much money just by driving people around. And you're right. Sort of. I don't make all my money just by driving people around. There's a lot of things that I do while I drive in order to increase my income. Now, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not scamming my passengers, and I'm not hacking the surge on the app. I've just learned to diversify my income in a way that allows me to make more money than the average Lyft driver. You could be the best driver in the world. You could be super happy, super friendly. You can provide water, snacks. You can do the whole shebang. Really only make around $20 to $30 per hour. I also thought I should throw out that there are a few people that have been claiming that I don't drive for Lyft or Uber, and I thought that was pretty interesting. It actually would be pretty impressive to run this channel and make over 500 videos on Uber and Lyft without ever having given a ride. So in today's video, I'm gonna break down my income, show you guys the screenshots so you guys know I'm not lying or anything. But before I do that, if you can go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe so you don't miss another video on this channel. If you're driving for Uber and Lyft, or you're thinking about driving for Uber and Lyft and you wanna make more money, you definitely have to be subscribed to this channel. It's really gonna help you out a lot, I promise. If you're interested in signing up to be an Uber or Lyft driver and you wanna get a sign up bonus or guarantee of up to $1,000, I will leave my links in the description below to sign up. I will also leave links in the description below to other services that I do talk about in this video. Personally, Lyft and Uber has helped me pay off a lot of debt and also helped me pay through college, so I definitely recommend signing up. All right, so now I'm gonna go over my $100,000 per year income of driving Lyft part-time. I'm actually gonna break it down into a weekly earnings format because we as drivers do get paid on a weekly basis, so I just like to calculate my earnings weekly rather than yearly or monthly. So per week, I'm gonna break down my $1,924 income, which, yes, I did the math, 1,924 times 52 does come out to just a little over $100,000. Now, firstly, I'm gonna break down my income of how much I make per week driving my passengers around. Now, I really only drive part-time. I really do like driving, but I simply don't want to spend too much time driving, and I will tell you why. But first, I'm gonna open up my app and go over my weekly earnings. All right, so this is the past week. So what are we looking at here? As you can see, I drove for around 25 hours. I gave 34 rides, and I earned around $1,350. So as you can see here, each week I like to earn around $400 to $500 driving people around. As you can see, my earnings, I made around $399. And when you add up cancellation, tolls, and no-shows, it adds up to around $500. So as you can see here, I do anywhere from 4 to 8 rides per day. I'm not pulling any crazy long days. I think the most I drove was this day here on Wednesday where I did 8 rides. Which, as you can see, I started at around 1:53 p.m. and ended around 6:54 p.m. So I drove just over 5 hours. And that was really probably my longest day. I usually only, like I said, like to drive a couple hours at a time. I do get tired pretty quickly, so most of the time I just like to, turn on the app, do a couple rides, and then, move on with my day. I also drive a very used vehicle. I drive a 2011 Ford Escape. The car is only valued at around $5,000 or $6,000, so I'm not losing hardly any money on depreciation. The car already has around 120,000 miles on it, and also it is good to note that it is a Ford. Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Toyota. All of these cars are very mainstream and they're very low cost for maintenance. If you're driving an Acura or even a Mazda or a Lincoln or something, or a Mercedes. Actually, BMW, those are like cars that cost a lot to maintain. But if you're, like I said, if you're driving a Ford, Honda, Toyota, or Hyundai, those ones are very easy to maintain. You can go to any mechanic and they can pretty much order something and fix it for very cheap. I do get a decent miles per gallon. It's like 23 miles per gallon. So it's not amazing, but it's also not really bad. I also did want to point out that I do use an app called Get Upside. That does help me basically pay for my gas because of their referral program, and their discounts are really great. So Yeah, that's basically, I just get free gas through Get Upside. I also, this phone that I'm using right now, this is Gig Mobile. It's $12.50 a week. Like I said, when I signed up, you know, they gave me a great offer. They're giving you guys a great offer too. If you sign up with my link, you get $99 off. You know, this is not sponsored by them at all. I'm just allowing you, you know, if you want to do that too. It's really cheap. It's a phone company geared for the gig economy. It's called Gig Mobile. Like I said, I like to keep my payments really down. That way I can profit the most. But like I said, I do make around $500 per week by driving around my passengers. So next up, I'm also going to be talking about my earnings from a tablet company called Play Octopus. I just signed up for them, and I plan on making around $25 per week with them. So using Play Octopus is a great way to make extra money. I signed up for them in the middle of this past week, so I'm just gonna show you just exactly how much money I made. I think it was from around 2 or 3 days of driving. And just from a couple of days of driving, I earned around 31 points, which equates to, so if I get 250 points, that's around $25. So just doing some quick math here, 250 points does equate to $25. So we're just gonna do 31 divided by 250 equals 0.128. And then that we can, what is that, 0.128 times 25, right? So I made around $3.2 extra. So I guess just from a couple hours, I made an extra $3, which honestly is not bad at all. Like I said, Play Octopus is super fun. I do have some footage, which I'm just gonna play really quick of when I set it up. Yo, look at this, guys. Look how legit this is, guys. This is so sick. I have it all set up here, if you guys can see it. I have my little cord, it wraps around, plugs right in there, super easy. And you can play games, answer the most questions before time run out. And look at this, guys. Oh, it says my name. I can put my name in there. I'm gonna have to figure out a place to put that. Maybe I can tape that right there or something. For now, I'll just shove that in there. But yeah, look at that. What is the name of this candy? I don't know if I can technically play because I don't wanna, you know, these are just for passengers. But the name of that candy is Reese's. And your passengers just play it and you make money. Honestly, this is super legit. This is way cooler than I expected. Nikki, good job. You guys are killing it over there. I also did want to show you on the day I started driving with Play Octopus, that was on Friday, as you can see, August 2nd, 2019. That day, I actually made most of my money on that day. So as I click on here, at 8:59 p.m., $2 tip. Those people were playing the heck out of Play Octopus. $5 tip at 9:36 p.m. Those people were playing Play Octopus at 10:25 p.m. Those people were playing Play Octopus. The other night, when was that? Was that yesterday? No, on Saturday night, yeah. I don't know when I'll upload this video, but I drove on Saturday night. I had a 30-minute ride. I was taking somebody to the military base, and these two guys, they were playing Play Octopus the entire time. They absolutely loved it. I don't think they actually did leave me a tip, but they probably played like 15 games. They were like obsessed with this thing. They really wanted to win that $25. Your passengers actually can play to win cash prizes, like $25 to the top score of the day. So every single day there's new chances for your passengers to win. Like I said, those guys, shout out to you guys if you guys are watching, because you know I did have them subscribe to me. They played Play Octopus like for 30 minutes straight. They loved it. So it's really fun. Honestly, it's a great conversation starter too. So if you want to sign up for Play Octopus, you can use my referral code too, which I'll leave all that in the description. But yeah, you can sign up with my link and start making an extra $25 per week. Okay, so the third way that I make my money is through tips. I really stress tips is one of the best things about driving for Uber and Lyft. Like I said, just Lyft in this video in particular, is that when you're driving people around, you literally can make as much money as you can just with your attitude and the things you do with your passengers. There's so many things you can do. It's all about going out of your way. Now, I have a whole ton of other videos talking about this, but the most important thing that I do is I look them in the eye, I greet them by their name, and I smile. That's it. And then that makes them feel comfortable. I don't do it in a creepy way or anything. I just look at them really quickly, greet them by the name, and I ask them a couple of questions. Like, I keep my car super clean. You know, I clean it out almost every day. The outside, I don't pay attention too much to. You know, as soon as they get inside, I try to make the experience really good. Like I said, Play Octopus does help with tips too, now that I'm finding, so that should increase my tips even more. But with tips, I generally average around $50 to $100 in tips. As you can see here, this week I got about $25 in the app, and then I also got cash tips as well. So I'll just say I got around $50 in cash tips this week. So the next way I make money is through my referrals. Now, this is probably the most important part of the video, so if you take anything away from this video, it is this part. If you are driving for Uber and for Lyft and you are not referring people to become either new passengers or new drivers, you are seriously missing out. So Lyft totally encourages drivers to sign up people to become both passengers and drivers. You know, it says it right in the app that you can invite people to become drivers and passengers. So firstly, I'm going to talk about my passenger referrals. So when you're driving, a great way to increase your income per trip is by asking your passengers if they want a free credit for their first ride. The great thing about driving for both Uber and Lyft is that you can kind of cross promote. So say you pick up a group of passengers while you're driving for Uber, you can basically ask them all if they want a free ride credit for either Uber or Lyft, whichever the app they don't have. You can do the same thing for Lyft. You know, generally speaking, when you are driving people for Lyft, they only use Lyft, and then when you're driving people for Uber, they only use Uber. So you can ask them for a free ride credit for the other platform. This works really great, like I said, with groups, but it works with individuals as well. I do stress, have them sign up while they're in the car with you. You know, don't make it creepy or anything. But what I like to do is I generally say, oh, so why do you guys order a Lyft? Why don't you do Uber? And they might say, oh, you know, I just, you know, it's cheaper or whatever. And then I say, oh, does anybody in here not have either Uber or a Lyft and you want a free ride credit? You know, I kind of just, you know, bring it up nonchalantly and try to make it like a really cool offer for them. Like, oh yeah, I want a free ride. So that's literally what I do, but make sure they do sign up while they're in the car. Because when I first started doing it, people would say, oh yeah, you know, I'll use your code, I'll sign up later. They never do. If you work in sales, if you've ever had a sales job, I'll do it later literally means I am not doing it. So make sure they sign up in the car. Just do it at the end of the ride, or you know, if you have your link, you can just hand them your link. You know, after you get good at it, you can just have your link and tell them how to type it in, or memorize your code for them to sign up while they're in the car with you. So usually, you know, I average around $50 per week just by doing these passenger referrals. You know, it's not amazing, but it really does add up. So now I'm gonna talk about my driver referrals. This is definitely one of my larger income streams while I drive. I actually do probably make more money referring people to drive than I actually do driving. So as you can see here, my driver referrals for this week is around $900. That is a little high, but yeah, that's totally not unusual. I will be breaking down more like tactics on how to do this in the course that I am, you know, hopefully making soon. If I do have it completed, I will put the link in the description below for this video as well as my other videos. But you can really get creative with driver referrals. You know, I do advertise my code on this YouTube channel. You can ask your friends and family. You can, you know, ask random people, I guess, to sign up to be a driver for Lyft. Don't be creepy or weird about it. You know, don't text your friends and family all day. But I've definitely asked my friends and family if they want to be a Lyft driver, and a lot of them have, you know. I just generally talk about it so much because, like I've said before, they're the ones who helped me pay off my 2 credit cards at the beginning, and my car. It's helped me pay for college. So it naturally just comes up in conversation. A lot of them will say, oh, you know, dang it, I've been trying to pay off this credit card too. And I will just say, like, why don't you just drive for Lyft, dude? Like, you know, just sign up for Lyft and drive and pay that thing off. If you're already working 40 hours a week, drive for 20 hours a week. Drive on Friday and Saturday night. You can make an extra, you know, a couple $100 a week. And they'll be like, oh, you know, that's a great idea. You know, I'll be like, yeah, you can pay your credit card off in a month or 2. And then they usually just sign up, and get the bonus too, or the guarantee, whatever it might be. And, you know, that way it's like a win-win. So, you know, don't need to feel bad about getting a driver referral. I've had a lot of people say to me, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're signing up so many people. Like, aren't you gonna oversaturate the market? Guys, Lyft is already spending millions of dollars on recruiting new drivers. you know, might as well get paid, might as well me get paid for it rather than like not getting paid for it. So yeah, like I said, this week I made around $900, but for the sake of this video, I'll say I average around $500 per week doing this. All right, and the final way that I do make money is through my YouTube channel. I 100% count this as my Lyft income, is because my channel name is literally the Rideshare Hub, and all I do is talk about my experience driving for Lyft. It's super easy, you know, there's hardly any preparation or editing at all that I put into my videos except for this one. And I literally just talk about my experience driving. So it's really no brainer. And throughout this past week, I did manage to make around $900 just through the ads on these videos. And the really nice thing about talking about rideshare, and especially Lyft, is that the CPM is super high. So CPM stands for cost per mil, or cost for 1,000 ad impressions. You know, the little impressions that you see whenever you're watching a video. So my CPM is pretty high. As you can see here, it's on average around $24, but even, you know, the other day it was at $30.75. You know, I definitely recommend making a YouTube channel. It's a great way to make extra money. You know, for me, an extra $900 per week, it really does add up. And you know, if you don't know what to talk about, just use Gary Vaynerchuk's method, which is document rather than create. So just talk about stuff that you're already doing, rather than, you know, spending hours and hours trying to think of an idea. Just film what you're already doing, document it. That's what I did. That's the approach I took. You know, I started driving for Lyft and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about this. I do think it's a really interesting way that our world is heading in. Like now, like, you know, 10 years ago, or, you know, when I was a kid, you can't just order an Uber or a Lyft. That's like crazy mad talk. Don't even get into a stranger's car. Now it's just like order an app or order a driver and he's there in 2 minutes. It's absolutely absurd. So I just thought it was a really cool thing to talk about. And you know, I'm super excited to what the future holds. You know, driverless cars is definitely, I won't say definitely, but it might be in the future. I would love to talk about that too on my channel, you know, just about the way the auto industry is moving and transportation. So if you don't drive for Uber or Lyft, you're just watching this video, you can talk about whatever you want. YouTube is a great way to make some extra money. All right, so there you have it, guys. There's my $100,000 per year income of driving Lyft part-time. I think I did make a little bit over $1,924 per week, but you know, you guys know some weeks are higher and some weeks are lower, but on average it does come out to just a little over $100,000 per year just from driving Lyft part-time. If you're like me and you're lazy and you only want to drive part-time, you know, apply these methods and you too can make over $100,000 per year. Why not? You know, this is America, or wherever you're living, land of opportunities. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. Again, my name is Dylan. This is the Rideshare Hub. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.